Hello, Algebra 1. This is Miss Doolittle, and this particular video is going to be on multiplying polynomials by monomials. And if those words do not sound familiar to you, I'm going to refer you to the previous video that I have embedded in your Accelerate curriculum, and that will explain to you what the polynomials and monomials are. So, let's go ahead and get started. A monomial, of course, a single term. We are going to be multiplying by a polynomial, and of course, poly means many, right? So we're talking about many terms. So this is a single term being multiplied by a polynomial of many terms. All right, here is what we are going to use. The distributive property is going to be a huge part of the next 3 videos, this one and the 2 following this, okay? What it says is when you have a variable that is being multiplied by something in parentheses, as we have right here, what we're going to do is take that thing that's outside the parentheses and we are going to multiply it by everything on the inside of the parentheses. So the a times the b makes ab, and then we're going to have to take a times the c, which is this component, a times c, and whatever this symbol is that was in the middle of the b and the c inside the parentheses, that is going to end up over here in your simplified expression, okay? So an example here would be like if we had 3 times the quantity x plus y, we're going to take 3 times the x, giving us the 3x over here, bring this plus sign and move it over to our expression, our simplified expression, and then take 3 times y to get 3y. And that's really about all there is to it. So here we go. Let's go ahead and apply this to a problem that we might see. So here's an example of something that we would be looking at. So we've got this 3 that is on the outside of the parentheses. We need to distribute that 3 to both of these terms, okay? So we're going to take 3 times 2a. Of course, we're going to go ahead and multiply that 3 times 2 to get 6. That is being multiplied by an a, so the a has to remain in our simplified expression. Then our minus sign, we're going to bring that over. And now we're going to go back and take our 3 times our 5, and 3 times 5 is 15. There you go. That's how that gets done, okay? Remember, we can't combine these. You can only combine terms that are like terms, and these particular terms are not. The variables and the exponents must match identically in order for them to be like terms, okay? All right, next problem. If you guys would like to pause this video and try to work out this problem, that would be fantastic. Okay, I hope you had a chance to do that. And we are now taking a single monomial, a single term, times this time a trinomial, 3 terms inside the parentheses. So same thing's going to happen here. We're going to take that m that's on the outside of the parentheses and we are going to distribute it using the distributive property to every single term that's on the inside of the parentheses, okay? So we're going to start with m times 4m. Okay, remember this is a phantom 1 in front of this m. So we would just think of this as being 1 times 4, which of course is 4. And then m to the first power times another m to the first power. We just learned recently that when we have a base to a power times a base to a power, we are going to add those exponents together. So that's actually going to be an m to the second power, or m squared. All right, plus sign needs to be brought over. And now I have to take m times 2n, remembering that this is a phantom 1 as a coefficient on our monomial. So 1 times 2 is 2, and m times n is simply mn. So we have all of those things kind of strung together there through multiplication, our 2, our m, and our n. Now I need to write down my minus sign, and now I need to multiply my m times my 5. And that's pretty straightforward, just a 5m. Okay? And there you go. Again, I do not have any terms within this final result where my variables and all of the exponents match identically. Therefore, I have no like terms to combine. So this is my result. All right. Next one, and I think this is the last slide for this video, getting through this one a little more quickly. So on this one, if you guys would like to pause the video and try to work that out, that would be great. Okay, hopefully you had a chance to do that, and let's go ahead and work through this thing. So this time, remember I told you we were going to be multiplying a monomial times a polynomial, many terms. Okay, so we're up to 4 terms now inside this set of parentheses. So we have to take that 6r on the outside of the parentheses and multiply that through to every single term on the inside of the parentheses, okay? So we're going to have to multiply our constants together. So we have 6 times -5, which of course is -30. Now a big mistake that I see a lot of people making, particularly when they multiply by a negative, is they kind of forget that this set of parentheses starts here. The parentheses mean multiply, but what a lot of people will do is they'll just go ahead and subtract these and do like 6 minus 5, but that's not what the symbol is telling you to do. The symbol is telling you to multiply, okay? Now we still have our r to the first power times r to the third power. Remember, base to a power times the same base to a power means I'm going to add those exponents together, so that becomes r to the fourth, okay? Minus sign. Now I can take 6 times 4, 24. R to the first times r to the second is r to the third. Remember, we have to add those exponents together. Again, there's a previous video on that, so go back and find that video if that particular component is kind of throwing a wrench in the works for you. Plus sign. 6 times 8, 48. R times another r, that's an r to the first times r to the first, is r to the second. Plus sign. 6 times 11 is 66. And of course we have this little r over here that we have to make sure that we include in our result. So again, my bases and their exponents do not match on any of these, so I have no like terms to combine. And this is it. This is how you do these problems. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, as always, make sure you reach out. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.